Filipino American Cancer Care now brings you On the Air with F.A.C.C. Tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with F.A.C.C. The Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat dito sa Amerika. Come on, Mr. Simon. Come here. Can you say hi to everybody? Ayan. Say hi to Johan and say hi to our, this is my intro right now. So don't bother us. This is the first time that he showed his face in front of the camera.
Oh,
Yes, ano yan hindi yan sanay. Akala ng iba, tatay ko yan. That's Mr. Simon. Yes, napagkakamalan. Ladies and gentlemen, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat dito sa Amerika. Good morning, Philippines. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. I'm Josie Moralidad Simon from the Filipino American Cancer Care. Welcome sa ating radio show On the Air with F.A.C.C. Filipino American Cancer Care. And thank you so much to our radio station manager, Mr. Johan, live in Las Vegas. Johan, pwede ka bang mag-MC? Pwede ka bang mag-host next year sa 5th anniversary ng Filipino American Cancer Care? Advance na yung invitation ko sa iyo, Johan, ha? Dalawa kayo ni Sexy Rex. O, ayan na. Maghahanap ako ng sponsor para kay Johan. But anyway, thank you so much sa lahat ng mga supporters, volunteers, followers, sponsors, donors, ano pa ba? Production team, and of course sa ating kay Boboy, MGI Entertainment, designers, ayan, ayoko makalimutan, Carl Andrada, Edwin Uy, ano pa? Ballpark Con, Simon Andres, Adot and Seth, Bernhard Collections, no? And syempre sa ating mga models, all the way from Canada, Tennessee, New York, New Jersey, Philippine Nurses Association, New York, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., ano pa? Dubai, UAE, ano pa? Anyway, usapan natin yan. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome again ang nag-iisang machete ng Filipino American Cancer Care, and he is actually a professional model in Washington, D.C. Nagsimula ang kanyang career dito po sa F.A.C.C. Welcome back, Emerich Richie Vicente Machete ng Washington, D.C.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone here in the U.S. Magandang umaga po sa Pilipinas. And then I'll respond to you. Thank you so much, Ate Josie. But that is true, though. I don't know if anyone knows that, but I started at the first fashion show of the F.A.C.C. Through one of the designer of our guests, and then from there you go. So
Emerich, what motivated you to become a professional model? Alam mo, Emerich, pwede rin naman ako pero pwede lang ako pang model dyan sa aking garden.
you will be one of the petite models.
Ay nako, hindi ko pinangarap yan, Emerich. Tama na sa akin na nandito na lang sa loob ng bahay.
You can do it too. You did it.
Emerich, nakakatulog na ako ngayon ng maayos.
Yeah, that's good.
Imagine mo yun, 1 year ang preparation. And next week, we're going to be featured sa ilang mga newspapers here in America and also in the Philippines.
Yeah, that's really
So I'm communicating with some of our media friends. And by the way, I just would like to take this opportunity, Emerich. We have our Christmas party. On December 14, Saturday, Pinay Kitchen in Woodbridge, Virginia. 40 na lang ang kailangan kong tao, and then we're going to declare it as sold out.
Yeah, because we have a very limited seats.
Yes.
Very limited seats, so we are counting on last 40 attendees. That's it. 40.
Yes.
So if
Ano
you
ka?
want to
Sasali ka ba,
reserve that,
Emerich? You're
that's
joining.
what I am planning to.
Of course,
I'm
wag nang
planning to.
plano-plano, Emerich. Yes nang yes na lang.
Yes.
I love Emerich.
Walang ano yan eh. Walang no pressure.
Oo, walang
Just
pressure.
say
Hindi kita
yes.
pinapressure, Emerich. Don't worry.
Never.
May discount ka dyan, Emerich.
How do you, Audrey?
Mhm.
It's really
See
fun.
the
So
video. Where
the
are we?
holiday party is gonna be a lot of fun. There's gonna be games. There's gonna be
Mhm.
singing.
Yes.
And it's all because we are here for our beneficiaries always. Anytime that Filipino American Cancer Care do something, or really it's for someone that we're helping, either in the Philippines or here in the US, someone who's going through their journey. It could be they're going through their chemo, they're running out of
Mhm.
medication, or because of the chemo or because of their journey through cancer, they're run out of money to pay for their regular bills, even, or just to buy food. So
Yes. Okay.
it's
Now,
really, really
Rich,
important.
please check your messenger. Okay? May
Okay.
pinadala akong bio dyan. Now, we would like to introduce our guest tonight. Nandito po sila, umatan sila last time sa ating event sa Hyatt Regency in Western Virginia. Okay? Rich, ha? Kung nakita mo
Yeah,
na, please let me know. Nakita mo na?
I got it. Got
Okay.
it.
Can you please introduce our first guest this evening?
All right. So I'm really excited to introduce our first guest. She is from Seattle, Washington, a mother of three, a preschool director, and a positive parenting coach. That's rare. You can find, I never seen positive parenting coach. And she's also a youth
Positive
mentor.
parenting coach.
Yeah, it's really very delighted to join us, Marie Santos. Welcome, welcome
Thank you.
po sa show. And of course, with her, I wanted to introduce from Seattle, Washington as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Miss World America Washington. She's also the product manager of T-Mobile headquarters. She is our one F.A.C.C ambassador, one of them, F.A.C.C ambassador. She is Ladybug House ambassador. Ladybug is a Seattle nonprofit organization that supports pediatric cancer, and she is working with them to open the first palliative care and hospice care for children in Washington State by 2026. Really excited to introduce to all of you, our listeners, followers, tonight, Miss Heather Santos.
Hello,
Heather, welcome.
everyone. Thank you so much. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Thank you for having me today.
Mhm.
Perfect.
At wala yung Heather kung wala ang nanay. Can we hear
Exactly.
something from Maurice?
She's
Hi,
one of
yes,
the
I'm
three.
always. Yep, we're a duo, mother and daughter duo. I go wherever she goes, and I support her 100%. So when she's doing the FACC, I told her I'll be with you all the way because this one means so much to us. We not only it's for a good cause. We met really good people like Ate Josie. We met her for the first time right away. She embraced us. She invited us to her house. And since then, like every now and then, she would call me and just talk about not just about cancer care, about everything. So, yep, it's really a family. We're happy to be
Nice.
part of it.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you so much, Maurice and Heather. Now, our next guest this evening, alam mo, hirap nitong buhay natin. Sabi, kausap kita, nag-program ako, tapos may mga sinasagot ako ditong inquiry, oh.
I know.
Humihingi ng tulong sa FACC. Teka muna, nasaan na? Okay. Our next guest this evening, she is a registered nurse for 20 plus years. Alam mo, bilib ako sa beauty nito. Tingnan mo naman, Emerich. Diba ang ganda niya? Kayang-kaya. Pwede ka bang sumali kay Buboy? Boy! Ang Pilipinas. Candidate number 1.
Filipinas.
Works
Not
in
qualified.
healthcare industry, mostly in leadership and management capacity. She volunteers to different Filipino community associations. She works as a financial professional on her days off and offer complimentary financial analysis to all healthcare heroes and to our kababayans. She's divorced for 13 years. Ikaw naman, single mom? Pwede ba?
Masaya.
Pwede ba ako maghanap? Pwede ba ako dyan, matchmaker?
Matchmaker na.
A single mom to her son, who is now 19 years old and in college. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Leni Montenegro. Leni, good morning, good
Good
evening,
morning.
good afternoon
Good
sa
evening.
lahat-lahat sa buong mundo, International Network.
Alright. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning sa mga kayo. And it's a pleasure to be here joining you. I had a great time in Virginia a couple weekends ago. And yeah, it was for a good cause. Not just a good time, but I met several good, people. And of course, Miss Josie here. I'm super grateful.
And Emma Rich, nakita mo ba si yung nagubad?
Yeah.
Taples. Ayan. Sorry, Johan, ha? Taples lang naman yun eh. Yung sa hanggang dito lang.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Nakita mo siya, si Emma Rich?
I don't know. Yung apat na
Kita
sila.
nila.
Emma Rich, nahihiya siya sa'yo. Ang ganda talaga ni Leni.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Siyempre, tingnan mo naman yung mother and daughter. Si Darna yan, Emma Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
si Darna.
Exactly. I love that outfit on her. Like the last one that showed up. I was like, yeah.
Yes.
It was really cool.
Di ba ang galing?
I love when Tito Carl brings out the Darna costume. I think it's so fun, and I think it's really an iconic character for the Philippines to play as.
Right.
And she wants,
Exactly.
and Tito Carl wanted to surprise Josie for that one because it's Josie's
Well, I've been
surprise.
asking Carl Andrada. Sabi ko, pwede ba? Balik mo nga yan si Darna. Gusto ko kasi. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, di ba?
She's the superhero.
And I hope to see you next time, Maris, no? Wonder Woman. Wonder Man. Diba, Emma Rich? Maganda yun?
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
Si Heather na lang.
Si Heather. Walang Heather.
Siya na lang Wonder Woman
Mami.
next time. Baka
Now,
magtakbuhan mga audience.
okay, and our another guest tonight, she is actually a 3-year breast cancer survivor, and she was one of the survivors who walked on the runway last October 6. Her journey was definitely full of challenges. She was emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually drained. Of course, ang hirap yata. Alam mo,
Yeah.
kung wala kang ang sakit na cancer, nadidrain ka, ano pa kaya kung meron kang
Kung meron.
cancer?
Yeah.
Di ba? She had 5 surgeries, but she never lost hope. Ang hirap maging Bisaya. Mahirap maging Ilongga. Pwede ba? Her faith in God kept her going during those difficult times. Her mom and her sister, Maris, no? And syempre si Darna, si Heather, traveled to Oklahoma City from Seattle to help with her recoveries. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Adela Liza Murad. Good morning, good evening sa iyo dyan sa Oklahoma. Good evening dito sa amin sa East Coast. And good evening din sa Seattle. Can you hear us? Parang wala kang audio.
Yes, I have to unmute. Good evening, everyone. It's a special evening to be with you all. And thank you for a very nice introduction, Miss Josie. It's a pleasure again meeting you. It was a successful event with that Filipino American Cancer Care. I'm so touched to be invited to be part of that wonderful, event. Not only that we help those that are going through the cancer journey right now, but you still have an open, place for survivors. It's a good community that there's a place for survivors to still get together and still share with everyone the journey and the victory. And thank you for giving the survivors the opportunity to do their victory walk and give inspiration and empowerment to those that are going through breast cancer and other kinds of cancer right now. And thank you for inviting me and giving me this special chance to be with my sister, my niece, the Darna, and of course our good friend Leni. It's a good, girls getaway too.
Okay.
Very
My
true.
first question para sa inyong lahat, including you, Emerich. Okay? But before I ask this question, I want to hear Heather. Can you shout like, Darna?
Darna!
Isa pa.
Again?
Aha, 1, 2, and 3.
Darna!
Ay, ang sexy. Ikaw, Emerich, paano ka sumigaw ng Darna?
Darna!
Ay, ang sexy pa rin. Mas sexy yata si Emerich, ah. Si D. D, can you try? And Leni?
Darna!
Ay.
Your turn.
Maris, ikaw.
Maris, your turn.
Darna!
Darna.
Yeah, the super.
Ikaw naman daw, Ate Josie.
Your turn.
Yes.
Ako, parang ano,
There you go.
nakakahiya. Madami bashers ko. Okay, I'm gonna behave. Okay, my question is, alam niyo yung event ng F.A.C.C. last October 6, that was actually a lot of work. And to be honest with you, mababasa niyo yan next week sa mga news articles. 2 months before the event, I was really, we were actually struggling in terms of sponsors. And people don't even know kasi that's a very expensive hotel. And our ticket is 135. But sa hotel, ang mahal ng mga pagkain. Lalo na pag nag-order ka ng buffet. And people don't know I had back and forth communication with the hotels, no? Now, I would like to ask you, yung mga experiences ninyo, kung ano yung, to be honest, yung mga feedbacks. We need feedbacks for our event para alam natin next year kung anong gagawin because next year is going to be a milestone for F.A.C.C. That's our 5th anniversary. And we already started sending the financial assistance to our cancer patient beneficiaries. Una sa lahat si Emerich. Emerich, anong experience mo?
Yeah. My experience overall, it was really nice. A lot of, or you can tell that the whole committee have worked so much to make it all organized. From the vendors outside when you get up, the registration right on the bottom of the hotel, on the bottom lobby, where people can take pictures and all that stuff. You go up, the vendors are there lined up, ready to greet you. I love how they're all smiling when you're walking on the hallway. And then you go inside, right? All the tables are all ready to go. It was beautiful. The lights and the sounds, our director was nice. The only thing that I would say change is there. It was so hard to control the lights of the hotel, of the room.
Yes.
Of the room.
Mhm.
And we were trying to make it work, but when the hotel folks says that it will disrupt the power or the lighting of all the ballroom, Ate Josie and I were just like, you know what? Don't touch it. We'll deal with it. That was the only thing I think that I could say. But everything else, the designers are amazing. This year's designers just went above and beyond. It's like, I'm seeing it every year, right? So for the past 4 years, or for the past 6, 7 shows that we've done, every designers are leveling it up. So that's from my side.
Okay, thank you, Emmerich. How about kay Heather and Maris?
Yeah, just going off of that, I think the atmosphere is very uplifting, and every artist really has this opportunity to share their pieces. Really, whether you're a designer or you're a musician, you have this chance to showcase what you want to do. And even if you have a booth outside, they get their chance the whole night to sell their pieces, have their booth the whole night, do whatever with the guests the whole night. And it's really nice to celebrate the different Filipino artisans. So, for the F.A.C.C and have this support. I guess for feedback, what do you think? I guess.
Well, I think overall it's a very good experience. It was a really great event. If I would say something that I wish we could change, is that I hope it's not on Sunday, because I heard a lot of people were saying, "Oh, we have work in the morning. Like, for us, we wish we could stay one more day, because like what we did last time, Ate Josie, we stayed one more day and we went to your house. Like, it's less formal. Like, we were not so busy. We get the chances, have personal time with you, but." Since the next day it was the working day, we have to fly back to Seattle. Heather has to work from home. She was working at the hotel. So we're like, if it's Saturday, we will have that Sunday that we can recover together all the hard work and celebrate together, more intimate, like not in a big event. But other than that, I think everything went well. Like, from food, the food is abundant. Like, there's a lot of food. Everybody had a good time. And the designers, and it's surprising how people traveled from everywhere for the fashion show. We met, like, Leni met her classmate way back in college. Like, it was really a great time. Yep, all in all, I think it's the day, if we can change the day to a Friday or Saturday, but I know it's cost efficient also to do it on a Sunday. So everything else is okay. I guess that's our only feedback.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Unfortunately, here's the thing about October. We really wanted it to be a Saturday. The problem is that October is a very busy month for all the hotels and dito sa Washington, D.C. area because of the Breast Cancer Awareness Month celebration and weddings. And that hotel, we were lucky that we were able to get it on Sunday. And not only that, it's the same price, kahit Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Pare-pareho, because we live in the capital of the Washington, D.C. area. Now, unfortunately, this year I really wanted to do it on Saturday, or we really wanted it to be on Saturday. But then again, it's going to be Sunday. Mabuti na lang pinagbigyan tayo, no? So mark your calendar. It's going to be October 12. But one good thing about it, the next day is holiday. So that's October 12, 2025. Sayang,
Columbus Day.
Kasi it's a beautiful place. It's a town center. Have you seen that signed, LOVE, love, diba?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Now, how about you, Leni? It was my first time to meet you. Ganda talaga nito,
Salamat. Well, it was my first time to attend the event. I was invited by Maris, and I agreed right away because I saw the vision of your organization. Being in the healthcare industry, I was so moved by your leadership. I was so moved by the unity of the Filipino community in your area, and you have done a very good job. I was amazed, and I'm super proud of those Filipino designers, and the talent of Buboy Asuncion and Carl Andrada. I mean, they're my closest friends too. We partied together, but when I saw their creation and what they can do. I mean, I'm still amazed. I've seen so many shows of them, but their talent was showcased, and I'm so happy of the result. Your leadership shows so much, Ate Josie. I'm so proud I've met you. There's
Thank
no
you.
bad feedback, you know. I've
Mhm.
attended so many, events, but this is just very uplifting, very nakaka-proud na Filipino.
Mm.
So
What can
yeah,
you say about the Bernhard collections? Yung sa mga bata?
yeah, yeah.
Did you like it?
I
Ang cute.
did, and I like their gowns. Gaganda.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
Para silang mga fairies.
mga may pakpak siya.
Yeah.
Super
And
cute.
thank you to Mary Kim Bernhard, from Bernhard Collections. Now, at saka sa mga photographers natin and videographers, I'm gonna send it to you later. Ask me, yung mga pictures, one of our official photographers, pinadala niya sa akin yung Google Drive. So I'll send it to you on Messenger. How about D?
Yes, we had a pleasant experience actually. It's our first time to attend, and I have my two daughters with me. And the one thing I can really say is I felt safe, not only for myself, but for my two girls. They Hyatt is really good. You chosen a good organization or a good hotel that provided well, and then when I was on stage, I was doing my walk, and my two girls were sitting by themselves, just waiting for just watching the Hyatt waitress, or they actually took care of my girls and let them know there's the area at the room in the back just for the kids to go ahead and eat. They can eat first before the adults. And I like that because, we are so busy doing all the things for the show, and then I couldn't be with my girls. But I'm happy that, you have a good place and it's safe that I can just let them be by themselves and they get taken care of.
Oh, that's
But
nice.
yes, it's safety first is important for me. I want to go where my kids are safe, and it's a very very like Leni Marie said and said it's very impressive. The everyone there did their part from from Josie, from the director Boo Boy, from the designers, the performers. Wow, unbelievable talent, especially the soprano singer. I didn't even know she was Filipino. Like,
Oh,
yeah, we
Ata?
are just,
Kay
yeah,
Habana?
yes.
Yeah, she's my cousin, but she's prettier than me.
Oh, equally beautiful, but yes, oh my gosh, I didn't know she's Filipino. I said, oh,
Yeah, she
wow.
is.
It's
Mhm.
really, it's really amazing
At
how
itong
to
si
bring
Emerich,
everyone.
dati kong boyfriend yan, si Emerich.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm
And
just so proud to be a Filipino that we have this, good
Mhm.
organization. We are really talented people. I mean, no, everyone.
Mhm.
Yes,
It was a good
yeah.
celebration of
it is
life,
good. Yeah,
and
yeah.
connections, right?
Yes, yes.
And I think you cannot just say, oh, it's because of me, it's because of
Oh,
Emmerich
yes,
or you alone. That
yes,
was a
yes.
teamwork. That was
Teamwork.
a
Yeah.
Yes,
collective
yes,
effort ng lahat-lahat, Even from the servers,
yeah,
waiter, a DJ. Kasi
yes,
we can't do this alone.
yes,
We have to be
yeah.
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, and they have a good leadership under you. You were all, like oversee everything. You made sure everything will be done right. So kudos
At
to
saka
you.
syempre nandoon kayo to cheer us up, The night
Yes.
before kumakain tayo, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Kailangan parating busog.
Yeah, yes. Basta may kainan, the Filipinos will be there.
Yes. And that's why we
Sharon.
With a
really,
happy face.
yeah.
Yes.
Emma Rich, I don't see you eating.
I
Oh,
I eat.
What did you eat?
Diet.
Oh, I had 2 plates. Outside.
Plates?
I was together with the vendors. Like the vendors, there was one. The salad master vendor left early, so that whole table was mine. I was eating on there, 2 plates, and everybody was asking me. It was like, "Who's gonna eat that?" I was like, "Me."
Yeah, the food, they were delicious. Good
Uh-huh.
choice.
I was
Yeah.
really hungry. I'm telling you, but that was a 48 hour of limited
Mhm.
intake of
Mhm.
food because of
Pero you know
Boo
what? Kung
Boy's
anong kulang
plan.
sa atin? And Rich, you know what? Kung anong kulang sa atin?
What is it?
Lalaki.
Yeah.
Sino nagsabi ng
Maurice.
or si
Leni.
Leni. You know why?
Si Leni ang kulang ang lalaki.
It's so true.
Madaming lalaki.
Kailangan namin ng lalaki. Kaya yung
Every single time.
yes, every
No,
single time.
Like their
Kailangan,
husband or boyfriend.
Next time, di ba si Marcus nag-walk last time? We will,
sino yun? Yung
si
anak mo,
Marcus,
di
yung
ba?
kapatid ni Heather last year, di ba nag-walk?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Marcus was there last time.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
next time,
Well-
we'll tell him to go. And I also have a nephew na
Yeah, my son,
matangkad din that looks like
he's
Marcus.
17 years old. He'd love to go too. I told him next
Okay.
time I'll bring him with me.
Yeah.
You see, so the only thing though is the other stuff that the boys have to do.
Mhm.
Number one, carrying bottled water.
Oh yeah, they can do that.
To the back. Or push. Like no, there's a lot of other tasks that needed additional manpower. And
Muscles.
what happened is Ate Josie and just
Mhm.
recruiting whoever,
Yes.
whoever is
Yeah, I
available.
remember last time because I brought my two boys and my younger one. Hudson was only 12 that time, right? But he was helping carry the cameraman's stuff. I was like, Hudson, where are you going? It's like, oh, I'm helping load things.
Good.
That's cute.
Bayanihan.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the only thing. That was the only thing. But yeah, I'm so
Okay.
glad you all enjoyed the show and had a great time. And I love hearing from Dee how you felt as a survivor with two children with you, the safety that meant a lot to us. It's I tell you, coordinating for safety, for the child safety, the even as little as taking pictures at the dressing room with the
Yes.
with the children model, we prohibited those.
Yeah.
Like literally, we told all of the models, all the adult models, not to take any photos,
Yeah.
even a short, videos, whatever.
Mhm. Next question for D. I found out you had 5 surgeries
Yes.
after your cancer diagnosis.
Yes.
I had 3 in 1 year. So, and you said that everything was, actually draining.
Mm.
Can you tell us a little bit? You don't have to say in details, but a little bit about your experience and what was the lesson that you learned from your cancer journey?
Well, yeah, it started, just for a regular, mammogram, just your checkup, which I highly, recommend. Get your mammogram. Early detection really do save lives. So I went for my mammogram, and then of course they saw something. My radiologist said, I need you to come back tomorrow. I'll set up, an early morning appointment just for you because I saw something there and we need to take more pictures and we have to do biopsy. And you're like, biopsy? I never done that in my life. I was like, I'm so scared right away. But of course, I have to do what I have to do. And they said, okay, we'll get the result after 2 days. And when my primary care doctor, let me know that there is cancer there. It's tiny. They said they use the name tiny, but it's there, and we have to do something about it. Actually, the first 2 weeks, I was in the dark. I was like in the depression, but I felt like, why me? You never thought it could happen to you. And my kids, I have 4 kids, and I felt like I know I'm a sinner, but why would God punish my kids, especially my youngest one? She was only 6 at that time. But I have to like get out of the dark and start doing something, listen to my doctor. And she said, don't worry, we have the best team. We're already sending you to the best, on colleges in Oklahoma City. And actually the background is like, I'm just glad it happened in Oklahoma City. We were just new in Oklahoma City. We were from California. I lived there for 20 years. not even a year in Oklahoma City. We're just like 6 months when it happened to me.
So from Democratic state, you went to the conservative state.
Yes, red state. But anyway, I think it worked out good for me because California was in the pandemic at that time. It's harder to get into, doctor's appointments. But here in Oklahoma City, we were open. And less people, because in California, especially in San Diego area, it's overcrowded right now. But in the hospitals here, they're like doctor's appointments. They said you don't have to do anything. We'll schedule everything for you and just show up and just listen to your doctors, believe in them, and they'll really, gonna take care of you. And they did. I met with my surgeons, my, breast surgeon, first my oncologist, and she told me what needed to be done. And then I did the breast surgeon that did my mastectomy, and then the reconstruction that's like twice. All in all, you get into that. It's a roller coaster ride. Like I said, it was emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually draining. But in the end, you have people behind you. You have your family, your, friends from church, and God, of course. And I'm always going to be thankful to my sister Maurice. She came right away. And my mom, they live in Seattle, but they flew to Oklahoma City. They took turns taking care of me, which I'm glad they're here. So I'm here. I'm still, alive and kicking. And in thanking you again for having this, organization that don't forget about the survivors, because you are a survivor as well. So you know how it feels that we are still here and we can, still give hope to others that are going through what we went through.
Okay. Emma Rich, do you have questions?
And we are so glad for you to be with us as well.
Oh, thank you.
Because my goodness, 5 surgery, I don't know how you're able to handle it. And and this is all family here, right? And I'm very curious. I'm going towards Heather on the question. What inspired you to, hey, I'm going to support F.A.C.C. Whether, let's say, okay, you've heard about us through Boo Boy or MGI, but you could have said,
Carl.
or Carl, you could have said, oh, I'm busy, or you go into school, or even you, Maurice. So what inspired you to say, yeah, let me go over there, and then now you're one of our ambassadors.
And I have a follow-up question with that, How has your experience, Heather, as Miss World America, Washington, influenced your community involvement?
Yeah, well, being a Filipino American Cancer Care ambassador, I really wanted to get involved when I heard about it at first, because I thought it was just a really good way to really recognize my privilege being American, being Filipino American. I think being here in America, it's really important to recognize that I'm so privileged to have such accessible healthcare and really be able to go to the doctor, be able to have the insurance that I have, to have the health that I do have, be healthy. But not everybody in the Philippines has that access. Not everybody in the Philippines can afford the necessities that they need to survive, whether it is the groceries or the treatments, the chemotherapies. So it's really recognizing that privilege you have is really important, and it's really important to give back to the community as well. And so
I like that.
I really wanted to carry that on being Miss World America Washington, because Washington State actually has no pediatric palliative care homes at all. And there are only 3 pediatric palliative care homes in the entire country of the United States of America, which is why I really wanted to partner with the Ladybug House to open the first ever pediatric palliative care home here in Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, that's amazing. I've read that on your bio. And how old are the kids that we're talking about?
It's just kids of all ages. And it's really, when I say pediatric palliative care home, it's, yes, treating pediatric children, all terminally ill children, but it's also creating a community for the siblings and the parents who have lost the child in their home as well. So it's really not a specific age group, but just the whole family in general who are dealing with losing a terminally ill
I
child.
think it's also through F.A.C.C, the Filipino American Cancer Care, that they reach out to Heather. They saw her, one of my friends, they saw that, oh, Heather is very active with cancer care. She's promoting it. And she said, there's a need in our community to, it's cancer care, and Heather being, so she was a preschool teacher. Our business, our whole life, her whole life is, she was surrounded with kids. So they told her, like, we talked to her, like, being close to kids, and a cancer care ambassador, I think you should be the voice for these kids and their families. And what really hit us when we talked to the founder, that when she said that hospice care doesn't mean we're giving up hope that there's no more treatment, but we want to give these kids and their families the last chance to have a meaningful advice. And when we were looking at the data, we were surprised that, not comparing kids to pets, but in Washington state, there's 30 hospice care for animals, but zero for children. So we have to work something on our priorities. So right now we're working with our Heather and I. We're trying to talk to our legislators about opening a brick and mortar the building for hospice care for children, and hopefully by 2026 it will happen. And that's the legacy that she wants to live with this.
As I am listening to you, I'm actually thinking of something for that. And I hope to be able, Emerich, F.A.C.C would be able to be connected in that,
yes,
especially in that pediatric palliative. Now, my question, next question, we're going to talk about that, Marisa, later on, and Heather. Next question for Leni. As a registered nurse, or not only as an RN, what role, because you're into financial planning as well, what role do you believe financial planning plays in managing, the cost associated with cancer treatment? And how has your experience in the healthcare industry shape your perspective on cancer care?
I mean that's very timely question right there. As a registered nurse, I'm exposed to cancer every day. I used to work in the operating room, and that's all I see all day long. It's very depressing. It's very sad, and I didn't want to thrive in there. You know, I went to leadership, and now I'm currently doing case management, and still I'm surrounded with cancer. I find it very challenging on a regular basis to see, and how sad the conditions might be, and not just that, but it's the family. With my financial role, I was so shocked because I was a client first. There is no financial education in the entire country. There's only 4 states that give financial literacy added into their high school curriculum. Only 4 out of the 50 states. So my role here, and since I joined the financial industry in the last 3 years, 95% do not have plan. So you might not know that Washington State, we pioneered the long-term care plan. So our governor had tax included into our income taxes to pay for long-term care. You know, long-term care is very expensive. As I see in my daily experience at the hospital, a lot of people do not have plan B. When they get sick, who they rely on to? The government. The government barely have any money. There's several not-for-profit organization that helps, but Medicare and Medicaid is about to be broke. So when it comes to financial education, that is my mission. I want the people, my community, to be aware and be ready, one day or another, we're gonna get old. We can't deny that. You know, 7 out of 10 people will have at least a chance to get a cancer. It's a very high, possibility that you'll get cancer. So that's when, I pledge, and Maris knows this. I'm very passionate about what I do. I try to go to the Filipino communities and I educate my Filipino kababayans, to be financially literate and ready. I don't want them to drain their savings. I don't want them to have a GoFundMe to pay for their chemo. I want them to get ready, because there are different solutions out there, financial solutions out there that we can help and prepare people for the worst. So we don't have to rely on charity donations. And I just want to enlighten and impart what I know and be of service to the community.
In other words, you wanted them to be financially responsible when it comes to their health
Because there
care.
are solutions out there. And it was just kind of serendipitous that one night that we were at the hotel with Z and Maurice, we were all talking about this. And yeah, I mean, I was super passionate. They can see, that, I'm really into educating the people and know that there's options and there's help out there available. And that's why I'm pursuing this. I started this at the hospital. To all the nurses that I know, I'm giving complimentary financial needs analysis, and it's becoming nonstop. Next week, I'm going to the Filipino Nurses Association of the Western Washington, and that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna extend, financial literacy, so that in the event that they encounter illness, sickness, they're ready. So,
Rich, ha? Ikaw, ha? Vice President ka ng bangko.
Yeah, I'm doing those. I go to every halfway homes, kindergarten, middle schools, high schools, teach them how to budget their paychecks. Even single moms, stepping stone programs in Washington D.C. I'm now teaching for small businesses how
that's
to grow their
awesome.
business, how to start their business, how all of those things, how to expand, sell, those kind of things. It's very important. I'm glad that you're doing that.
Time is really fast. We only have 9 minutes. But don't worry, I'm going to interview you again. And I'm gonna call you after this. My next question is for everyone. Ikaw, Emerich, pwede ka na ring sumali dito.
Okay.
What are some of the common misconceptions about cancer that you think, need to be addressed? Kay Adela muna, kay D.
Misconception, I guess. Now with cancer, thank you for all, the research has been done, especially with the breast cancer. All the technology is out there. It's the most research, and there's close to a cure now. It's not like something when you hear, oh, I have cancer, immediately you're gonna think I'm dead. Now there's like always the word hope is there, that cancer, if caught early, it will really save your life. That's why it's not doesn't mean it's a death sentence anymore.
Yeah.
That's the biggest misconception, that when you hear cancer. That's
Very well said. How about kay Marist and Heather?
I think I would say the same thing too. I think the biggest misconception is that the moment you hear the word cancer is the loss of hope. And there's so many people who do have cancer or have had cancer that you see are so strong and fought so strong. Like when I saw Tita D, when she was fighting cancer, she was such a strong mother for all of her children. And she really showed her strength. She was really just so amazing to all of her kids. When she didn't even tell her kids at first, you could not tell really the whole time. she was just so strong. And I think that's just a huge misconception is that it's just an immediate sign of weakness is a huge misconception. You're very strong.
Ang galing ni Darna sumagot, Emerich.
I know, Miss
I like that.
Beauty Pageant
The lost
answer
of
talaga.
hope.
Sorry.
Miss Universe talaga.
Yes.
Na-shy na kami tuloy mag-answer.
Ano pa siya? Dagdagan ko yan ng mga tough questions.
Yeah. I couldn't answer that. I'll be like, misconception, there will be no world peace.
Yes.
Rich, are you going to join a pageant?
It'll be world peace.
We'll support you.
Mr. World
Mr. Maryland.
Peace. Ano yan, Mr. Ano yan eh? Mr. Machete.
Nice.
Cigardo.
How about Leni?
I think the biggest misconception for cancer is it's contagious. A lot of people may not know there's different causes of cancer. It could be environmental, it could be genetics, things like that. And a lot of people, parang nadidiri sila if they said, oh, you have cancer. Parang they don't want to be around them. I have friends and family members that had, different types of cancer already. And that was their biggest concern is they don't want to go home because they don't want their family, na makuha yung sakit. So that's the biggest, and it's very common misconception sa ating mga, not just Filipino, but any nationality, any ethnicity. That's the most common feedback that I hear and most common misconception na it's contagious. So, awareness and education probably would bridge the gap and, let everybody know and educate them more and talk more often. Some people, they're embarrassed if they have cancer, especially if, it's like, the more not so common type of cancer, especially like, say, I have a friend in Washington, not in London. He's my high school friend. He got diagnosed with testicular cancer just 2 weeks ago. I got the call the other day and he was embarrassed to tell the wife. He never said anybody. And he kept it to himself until, he's an operating room nurse in London. He was lifting a patient to position during a surgery and he felt the pain. And he became the patient right away.
Wow.
They have to perform this, because they already knew that he has been seeing a doctor without the wife's knowledge. So parang ganon, parang ang iba nahihiya na aminin yung mga, whatever they have, what kind of cancer they have. Parang minsan sa kultura natin, parang taboo, and we kind of jump into a conclusion na, because his reasoning is nahihiya siya. Na malaman ko na may sakit, alam mo yung mga ganon. So I think that misconception right there, and I just want awareness and educate the masses para ma-support natin yung mga pasyente.
Okay, and I would like to add also regarding misconception, since being a early childhood educator, so we advocate for kids. One misconception about cancer is it's rare in children. But according to American Childhood Cancer Care Organization, 1 out of 285 kids, they get diagnosed before they reach the age of 20. And once they're diagnosed, 1 out of 6 kids, they pass away 5 years later on. So that's why we are really advocating for childhood cancer awareness. So that's our some of the misconception that sometimes we overlook the children when it comes to cancer. So that's why we're here, to raise awareness for them.
Yeah, and the other thing, misconception too, it's cancer is a disease for rich people. Cancer doesn't It
It's an
doesn't
expensive disease. It's
exactly.
a high-end disease.
Right, but it targets everyone. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you only have a penny in your or nothing. The poorest of the poor, the richest of the richest, like the literally cancer. That's how cancer is. Um, and that's why we're and thank you so much everybody for sharing that, because you're right, Lenny and Maurice, we are here and all of us, and thank you Dee for telling your story even on a summary because of our time limit, but that's why we have this show, is for educational purposes, for getting to know what's happening in the community, who we're reaching out to, what are we doing to outreach, those kind of things. This is part of Ate Josie's and our being transparent. We talk about our event, we talk about the successes of it, we talk about things that we need to change. We, to all of our supporters, you get emails of our financial statements periodically and get audited, those kind of things. We're very, very transparent in all of this, and people that we help as well. So I really appreciate you all joining us tonight.
All right, so it's 10 o'clock in the evening. Ang bilis ng oras.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, parang gusto ko pang hanggang isang buwan to.
It's a really good conversation with the four of you.
Mhm. And we hope to see them again, Emmerich,
Yes.
here in Washington, D.C. Or if we can visit them, di ba? We can do fundraising event in
Absolutely.
Washington State, di ba? To raise awareness. At gusto kong mapuntahan yung ano ni Heather, ano ba yung sinasabi mo yung sa
The
pediatric?
Ladybug House.
The Ladybug
Ladybug
House.
House.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe
We wanna
that will
do
be our
something
next.
for them. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing your time and, of course,
Thank you for
your
having us.
insights and your views about cancer. And I'm gonna call you again, Maris and Dee and Lenny, for another interview. All right. And Emmerich, gusto mo?
Sure.
Sure. Gusto mong kumain ng hapunan ngayon? Dinner?
Yeah, it's waiting for me upstairs. I'm hungry.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, again, for being with us on our radio show, On the Air, with F.A.C.C, Filipino American Cancer Care. Bye!
Bye, everyone.